Ladies and gentlemen, Tears of the Kingdom comes out this week. Only 4 more days. It comes out this week. We're finally going to play this game. May 12th is when the game launches. It's so close. But before the game does come out, let's talk about it a little bit. Well guys, can you believe it? This week, we finally get to play a game we've waited 6 years for. It's been a long time coming. I can't believe the hype is about to be over. But I bet when the game does come out, it's going to be even more hype, just at a different level. It's almost here, guys. We have waited so long for this game. 6 years in the making. 4 years ago, it was announced during E3, and now we're here. The week of the launch of Tears of the Kingdom. It's just unreal to think about. I can't believe we've come so far. All the trailers that we received February, September, and in April lead up to this moment right here. And let's just talk about what we expect and what we want from this game. This game has been something we've been waiting so long for. And we assume that it's going to be way bigger than what Breath of the Wild was, because Breath of the Wild only had one layer to it, when Tears of the Kingdom is heavily advertised with the new layer being the sky. The sky is a new addition to Tears of the Kingdom, and we're assuming it's going to be massive for how much they've been talking about it. They've been non-stop talking about the sky. The sky was in the demonstration the entire time. We only saw the sky. The sky is a big part of Tears of the Kingdom, and I'm assuming it's going to be the biggest part. But there is another speculation, because we do have the underground confirmed, that there's a big possibility that the underground will be the biggest part of this entire world. I believe it will be, because normally an underground is going to be very large with a bunch of caves, chasms. There's going to be a big area down there, and it's probably going to take forever to explore. I'm just hoping that the underground isn't just filled with a bunch of random stuff around it that kind of fills it up a little bit. I hope it's like a very, very wide open space. Maybe the same size as Hyrule. Yes, that's crazy to say, but if it's an underworld, it's going to be massive. It's just another world underneath the surface. The underground is supposed to be massive. It's supposed to have a lot more to it. So I expect the underground to have a lot more to offer than any other layer in this game, unless there are other layers we don't know about. But the underground is what I expect to be the biggest layer, and I think it will be, as long as it's not filled with random rocks around that covers a lot of the area. Because, yeah, you have to do that. Making the underground the same size as Hyrule would be a little too much, but I really feel like the underground is a big potential in size when it comes to Tears of the Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom, again, heavily advertised for the sky. Sky is a big part of this game, but in my opinion, I personally think that the sky is more story than other parts of the game. That's why they talk about it so much. They're obviously not talking about the story, but the sky is where a lot of the story happens. It's where temples are, it's where shrines are. So we can expect a lot to happen in the underground when it comes to gameplay and just space entirely. It's going to be massive. I'm very excited for how big it's going to be. I hope I'm surprised. And I hope it's as big as I think it will be, because personally, my favorite thing to explore is the underground. The underground is just, it's such a cool spot to explore. You have caves, chasms. We've seen a few enemies. No idea if it is in the underground. It does seem like they are in the underground because of how dark the area actually is. But we will just have to see when the game does come out this Friday, May 12th. Talking a little bit about the story, I do want a better story in Tears of the Kingdom than what Breath of the Wild had to offer. Personally, I did not enjoy the experience of that story. The story was good, but it wasn't what I expected. I wanted to play as the story was going on, not collect memories for Link after 100 years of his slumber, just so that you can recollect 12 memories and go fight the final boss, Calamity Ganon, to get the good ending. To me, I feel like that's not enough. I really want a story that gets you into it. I want an emotional story. Stories need to have drive. There's no drive in a story where you're just collecting memories and you're not even going through that story. That story is just in the past. In Tears of the Kingdom, I really hope we get a big full fleshed out story with Ganondorf being in here, with Zelda being in here, possibly in the past, with that lady that looks like Hylia. It's all crazy. This story definitely looks more developed than what Breath of the Wild had to offer. I just want a more interactive story that gives you some emotion. I want it to be a heavy story. I don't want it to just be there as filler, because gameplay in Breath of the Wild was definitely the main aspect. Obviously, yes, it is an open world game, but you also have a story when it comes to Legend of Zelda games. Breath of the Wild, good story, really not the best way you would interact with it. It was not my favorite. I definitely did not enjoy it as much as others. In Tears of the Kingdom, I am really hoping that if they do memories or whatever they did in Breath of the Wild, it's happening as you're playing the game, not back in the past, because you're not really feeling your character. You're not attaching to the characters. Personally, that's how I felt. I don't know how you guys felt. It was a different way. I just hope we have a better story that's more interactive, that's longer, that just has more to it. I would also love for you to be having a story cutscene, and then say the cutscene cuts, you're playing in that cutscene. That would be so cool. Especially in a game like Tears of the Kingdom, it's massive. You can expect that out of a game like this. I really hope we can play with the story. We can play in the story. And I'm just very excited for what this game holds. I'm so excited for this game. No words can describe it. This Friday, May 12th, we're actually going to finally get to play it. And I'm just really excited for this game. This game has been such a long time of waiting, and we're almost there, guys. Whatever Tears of the Kingdom has to offer, I bet it will be great. I bet it will be a phenomenal game. But I definitely want the story more than anything. I want a good story with Ganon. Ganon's in the story, so the story has to be good. The story has to be amazing at that. I expect this to be one of the best stories, if not the best story in the Legend of Zelda series, because this game has so much hype around it. It has the trailers. The trailers gave us so much, especially the final trailer. The final trailer showed us more story than any trailer we've seen before. You can argue that the Breath of the Wild E3 2017 trailer had a lot of story in it, and it did. But this story makes me want to play it immediately for Tears of the Kingdom. I want to play the story right now because of how good it looks. I can't wait to see what they did with the art. The art in Breath of the Wild was phenomenal. I can't wait to see what they did to improve in such a big game. Again, for its price tag at $70, this game has to be worth its price, and I'm really looking forward to it, and I believe it is worth its price of $70. I'm looking forward to the art. I really hope the art is better than it was in Breath of the Wild. I'm just excited to see what they do with this game. But yeah, Tears of the Kingdom comes out this Friday, 4 days from now, May 12th. Get ready, guys, because this game, oh boy, it's going to be a wild ride. If you guys enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments down below. Let me know if you're excited for Tears of the Kingdom and you want the same hopes as me. If I'm being honest, I really want a good story. The story, no matter what, the gameplay is not that great or whatever, as long as the story is there and I'm having fun playing it and I'm attached to the characters and it's emotional, I'm going to enjoy the game no matter what. That is what really makes a good game. The story builds character and it builds the game. So if you guys are hoping for that as well, let me know in the comments down below. And with all of that, I thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one.
Link! You must find me.